How are we doing, Robust family? Look, before this show starts, which I know you're going to enjoy, can I ask you just to do me a small favor? I need all of you to give a robust smash to that like and subscribe button. Why? Because it helps us a lot. We want to get this material out there, and it makes sure that you do not miss a breakfast show beat on this Liberty Radio YouTube channel. All right, guys, do it right now, and I'll see you in the show. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, guys. Oh, I love it. Good morning, guys. This is Robert here, your robust presenter, and this is your breakfast show. And it's a Tuesday, Pursue Success Tuesday. And joining me in the studios today, I am not alone. Holding down the fort from the hours of 8 o'clock this morning, we have the one, the only, the lady of sound herself. It's Kathleen.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
You know, when you said that, then I just thought of Samantina.
Really?
Yeah, I just put this Samantina voice. Samantina, Samantina, just when you can go, she says good morning. You know, I think it's her Spanish thing, you know. Yeah. Wow. How are we doing today, Kat?
I'm okay.
Gosh, it sounds like you had a full-on morning.
Oh.
What was your morning like? Tell us, share with us.
I won't share it.
Open your heart and sing.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but you're doing some programs in the morning? Okay. Clearly this morning has been eventful for her. Yes. All right. Well, it's great to have you with us this morning. I'm sure you got some powerful sounds lined up.
Yes.
And you seem to be really enjoying the 80s and 90s song selections we've got here, Kat.
I don't like the last song.
Oh.
Boring.
Yeah. Miss.
Yeah.
But speaking of hitting and missing, guess what? Beside Kathleen this morning, joining us in joining the breakfast show, Liberty Radio team, we have the one, the guy, the man himself. It's Mr. 2 years, and he's here to stay. Ailton!
You're never gonna live that one down, right? Oh my gosh.
How are you doing today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
You ready?
Good.
Excellent. And as Ailton's here, guess what? We have our special guests for today, Pursuit of Success, the one, the only, here to drop some wonderful pearls to help us to achieve our definition of success here, the one, the only, Mr. Effie. Good morning, Mr. Effie.
Hey. Good morning, listeners.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I can sense that thing of, you are here, you are ready.
Yes.
You're here ready for a mission today.
Yes.
How was your morning, by the way?
Well, good. Took time to get here, but yes, good so far.
God bless you. This is the spirit, Mr. Effie. All right, and guys, this is great. Everything has been set right now, and we're going to be going into some more pearls that Mr. Effie is going to be sharing with us today. As you know, Pursuit of Success Day is more about achieving our definition of success. Okay, so everybody has their own definition of success. Some people may be, have my house, have my family, pay my bills. I'm good. That's my definition of success.
Exactly.
However, there are others who may have this inspiration to say, you know what, I want to provide jobs. I want to go global. I want to employ people. I want to be able to manage people, right? And to do it in a secular way and a godly way are two different things. Yes or no, Mr.
Exactly. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's very different, and that's what we are going to look at. We are going to share some insight.
I love it. And it was really, really nice because there's so many things that Mr. Effie could have touched on. And we did kick it off last month because we have thankfully Mr. Effie has agreed to be with us to second Tuesday of every month, which I'm really happy. And it come around so quick.
Yes.
Right?
It's like yesterday.
It's like it was only yesterday. And it was I was like, yeah, Mr. Effie was ready. Saw you on the weekend. You're like, I was like, yes. It's powerful. But here's two things, okay? So we're going to be touching on 7 steps to consider before starting a business as a Christian, as a godly person. 7 steps to consider. This is going to be so important because and this is in the element of faith now. I've seen it, and people have been tempted with this as well, that if we're not careful, we can lose the way pursuing success, right, Mr. Effie?
Yes.
So everything's going to share to us will help us to stay grounded, to do what needs to be done. Some people might say, oh, we need to hustle. I gotta hustle. And that's the only word in their mind. But God has other things to say to us, right? So we don't destroy everything that we built. All right, so we're going to be going into our morning coffee questions shortly as well as enjoying some good music and some TikTok shocks to do with this subject of pursuing success, which is going to be quite interesting today. And so I'm really, really, very, very, very excited. By the way, Kat, you know what's missing? The iPad's missing. I was about to say hi to everyone, and it was just empty. It's just emptiness in my life.
Wow.
It's okay. Okay, we got
You
it.
can tell that we had a crazy morning.
Yeah. Wow. I can't wait to hear all about it. I love that laugh. All right, so just want to say a huge good morning to our listeners today. So we have WhatsApp lines kicked off. By the way, how are you guys finding the new channel? Miss F, have you seen it yet? The new Liberty Radio channel. It's totally different.
Yes, I can see now.
Yeah, it's totally different. Liberty Radio has completely changed. Today's the first day. It launched last night. Of our new station, of our new channel, of our new website. Let us know about your functionality. Let us know how you're finding it. Let us know of any bugs. Avril connected in. She said, there's a new site, but I'm having trouble registering in. And she found her way. She got it working. So I'm going to be using it here on this tablet for the first time. So if you see anything glitch, I'm just testing it out. Yeah, I'm just testing it out. So we got some comments here from Breakfast Show Faithful. So we got Gillette, Mr. Gillette Smart is here. And he says, good morning, Breakfast Show staff. So Mr. Robert, blessings of grace and peace be with you today and every day with you and your show and everybody. Amen. Amen. We receive it. Good morning, good morning, BSF. Hope everyone has a blessed day from David. We got Anonymous 772 joining us. We have Laurette in Jamaica telling us to have a wonderful, blessed day, giving honor and glory to God and this brand new day. We have also Anonymous 219. There's a lot of Anonymouses, I think, because they need to register, isn't it, Kat?
Yeah.
Sign in. So yeah, to sign in, they can just use their old signing details.
The old from the old
previous one.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. So if you are showing up as anonymous, you can just sign in, really, and you'll be good to go. All right. So good morning to you, Laurette. We also have Probation's Ground. Amen. We receive it. God bless you as well. Anonymous 219. Chanel, Lady Jazz is in the house saying good morning, y'all. May you all have a blessed day. Abba N in Park Station, South Africa is with us saying have a blessed Tuesday. I will be listening. Great to have you with us and the crew over there in Park Station. Anna Tavir is in France is with us this morning sending hearts. Elia in Netherlands saying good morning. Limo Blaze, Anatoria, One Script / Freedom. All right. Cat's got it. There you go. That's from Elliot in the Netherlands. And we have also Anonymous ending 158 saying, good morning. Stay blessed for a good day. That's it. So look, we're kicking off. We're ready to get started. I'm really, really excited. I'm going to start fiddling about with this new channel and make sure that I... there's a schedule there as well. Oh, there's a schedule. So you can hit the schedule. I'm glad, because I said there's going to be a schedule button.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you have your programs in the morning, but some of you, like, maybe we wouldn't see you. You know, like on the breakfast show sometimes, because you need a schedule button. So we've got a schedule button right there. You can't miss it. So make sure you put in the schedule. If you're tuning into the program before, Prospering God, put it in the schedule. If you're tuning into the breakfast show, put it in the schedule. Let's do this. All right, guys. So let's go into some good music today. Those of you who are doing a bit of hawker stalking today, we love you too. I know you must be busy running around with the kids and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to drop to you some powerful pearls on this. Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Tuesday. On this Pursue Success Tuesday. I was kidding, right?
Yeah, sure.
I was. You're too excited. You're too excited. I thought I'd do a test to see how your eyes light up different. Yeah. All right, guys. What's song you got for us?
I've got Let's Groove by Earth, Wind and Fire. I like this one.
Let's Groove by Earth, Wind and Fire. Kat likes this one. You know this one. Okay, I know Mr. Effie knows this one. Let's groove tonight. Earth, Wind and Fire. Listen, we're going, Mr. Effie, we're going into 80s time travel.
Yes, that's interesting. And I'm surprised the young ones, how did he get there?
I know it's a fundraising.
Behold. All right, we'll be right back right after this. Okay, guys, it is that time. This is your breakfast show. I hope you've been enjoying the music. We're mixing it up. We're mixing it up here, there on the breakfast show. If you missed Monday's show, we had our 80s to 90s time tunnel. Yeah, Miss Effie, what do you think about 80s to 90s music?
Best.
It's the best.
That's what I would say. You could listen to it without any.
Yeah. Do you know?
Yes.
Like nowadays, you got songs that they're making you say things that are not very tidy. And but them days, you know, it was transparent,
Exactly.
clear, good beat, good rhythm, no agenda, right? We want to make you think you're something and yet you are not. Absolutely wonderful. All right, guys. So look, we're going into this today, and it is the Pursuit of Success Tuesday here on the Breakfast Show. I just want to. I'm adjusting myself with the new layer of our Liberty website. I love it. It says Liberty Radio, the sound of freedom.
Lovely.
Lovely. The sound, I feel like blowing a horn when I say that. Like the sound of freedom. End of the day edition. Okay, all right.
Where are you?
Huh?
Where are you?
I'm here.
Refresh the screen.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, let me just refresh. Yeah, I'm just, you know. Okay, all right, it's doing something different now. Okay, I can see myself, Kat.
Yeah.
I can see myself. Okay, I can see myself, Kat. I think we're okay, Kat.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, Kat. This is great. All right, I can see myself now. The chat. So I'm going into the chat now. Let me see. It keeps hanging like at the bottom. Okay, yeah. Good morning, Dumalang Salibonyani Bonjour. That's from. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need my glasses for this one. Basset Sana in Botswana. We have Therese in You know it's Croydon.
We never seen CRO2TA.
Good morning to Therese. It's one of our UTF soldiers in Croydon. These guys are always faithful.
You know what
You see this generation? You see this generation?
I mean, is it a lie though? Your dad.
I know. But why does that have to come into play?
Today's Father's Day, right? I mean, not today. This week, like this Sunday,
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
you're representing all dads right now.
Not all.
Not all.
You guys are funny. You guys are really funny. Alton's got jokes today. All right, so we've got Chanel from Cuba saying, that's my daughter's favorite song. Yeah, I know she's under 20, but she's very old school, especially when it comes to Motown collections. All right, guys, well done. Also, good morning to you, Nicole and Lady Jazz over there in Kilburn. We're going to go into our morning coffee question for today, all right? Morning coffee question is going to be echoed throughout the morning today to hear what you all have to say. And the morning coffee question, you can type it in the live chat or you can bring it through to the Breakfast Show What's Up line. And Kat, what is the morning coffee question for today? It's a big one.
It is.
Love it. Love it.
Oh dear.
Yes, Kat.
In order of most important, or import as it says there, what do you believe are the top 3 qualities a person must have to become successful in the next 3 years of their career?
All right, so we got a question right there. Okay, what are your thoughts? There's a lot of conversation about this. Everyone has their different ideas. What are the 3 things? It would be qualities, right? That a person would have, because you'll hear stories of people saying they started from nothing and then they have different things now. So this would be, so if the person started from nothing, that means there's something happening within the person that generates certain actions and generates certain results. So we're asking you listeners, what top 3 in order do you think? All right. I was going to get Mr. Effie to answer, but I'm going to get into an answer last on this one. But Ailton, your thoughts. All right. And we're putting a time cap on this one. The next 3 years. So the person from wherever they are now, in your thoughts, all right, because sometimes we get so much information, what do you think are the 3 top qualities that a person would need to achieve success in whatever they want to do in the next 3 years?
I would say number 1 would be a goal.
A goal first, yeah.
That you want to achieve.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
A goal, Focus on that
Focus.
goal
Focus on that goal, yeah.
and discipline.
Discipline. Third one, discipline. So discipline to execute. Okay, fantastic. Discipline. Okay, fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. I mean, do you think teachers as well would be a big part as well?
Sorry?
Do you think having a good teacher or a good mentor would be important?
Yeah. If you have someone that can guide you in the right direction, having the right people around you, I think that would help your odds.
Okay, because you know what's quite interesting? Because I asked AI what she thought.
AI is a she?
Oh yeah. It's honey. It's honey.
Look, cat wakes up now. All right, here we go. Let's get into this. Imagine Shad was around. He would jump onto it with such joy. So what AI said. This is what AI said. I asked AI top 3 things a person would need to change their life into 3 years to achieve success. And AI said, firstly, was a growth mindset. So they said, statistically speaking, people with a growth mindset who believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort are significantly more likely to achieve their goals, which is what you touched on, Alton. Studies show that such individuals embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, and learn from criticism, leading to higher achievements. I think there's quite a few things bundled into that there, isn't it? I think they're really analyzing us, this AI people. So imagine, studies show that such individuals embrace challenges. So that must be a huge thing, right? Because many times,
Yeah, you need to be you need to persevere.
yeah. And the thing about a challenge can either discourage us or we embrace it. So a mindset to be like, okay, something's new, something's different, let me run towards it instead of running away. So I think that's a valuable one there, right, Mr. Effie?
Yeah, it's the challenges actually make you better. To be honest,
Yeah.
that's the truth. When we embrace challenges, we learn how to do things better.
Wow, that's a caption right there. What do you think? I love that, challenges. And also it said here, if we just unbundle it, also it says like this, and I'm thinking what about this, about challenge, is that we're starting from nothing.
Yes.
So if we have nothing, it's exactly what you said, right?
Exactly.
We want to turn it into something tangible. So the challenge behind it is something new.
I can give you a good example.
Beautiful.
The communist regime, if you recall, they had a closed economy, and their cars were very dated because there was no competition.
Wow.
There was no need to evolve. There was no need to create anything new because there wasn't competition. So whereas in a different economy mindset, I'm not here to favor any
regime
or way of doing things, but in a capitalist system, you have competition.
Yeah.
People always trying to outdo the other.
Yeah.
Technology, like you've seen Formula One, they always try to think of the best. Just a little.
Get one more second. Changing the tires. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can see. So I think as an example, what's that car? Anyway, let me not name. But there is a
brand.
Yeah, a brand that was there for many years, and it didn't really evolve that much. It took time. Whereas in an economy where there's competition, you see new technology all the time, development. So that's why competition is good.
See, I'm worried now because now that you're saying that, I'm thinking about the current marketplace where you have some that have become so strong and so dominant. It's like they don't have much competition anymore.
Exactly.
So, my gosh, I wonder what the next 5 years is going to be like. This is going to be very...
That's why even governments don't like monopolies. They actually legislation against being too big.
Wow.
Because when you get too big, it can be detrimental to the growth of the economy in the long run.
Wow. Very strong. We've got another one here. Another thing that AI, just to unpack on what you're saying. So you said, studies show that such individuals embrace challenges, like you said, perseverance, persist through obstacles. So the obstacles are necessary to achieve something. It's a must. And I think most human beings, we don't like that.
We don't like that.
Right?
That's why every time we just want to be laissez-faire, want to be relaxed, take it easy. That's our our default mode. But sometimes you need that nudge, you need that push
All right,
to
guys.
get better.
Yeah. So you would say then that If a person says, "Oh, I dream of doing this or doing this for my family, doing this for my household," but they want to avoid obstacles, forget about it. If the person is obstacle resistant, they don't want any pushback or obstacle, but they have these big dreams that they're talking about. If they are not ready to embrace what they don't like, they should just forget about what they're talking about.
That's why exams are good. Well, that's my opinion. I may be wrong, but that's my opinion. Exams are good. Test is good. But I know that sometimes now for the young ones, they try to avoid having exams and tests for some of them. But life is a test. If we live in a capitalist society, there's a time where you have to go in the arena.
Eventually, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, and that's why, I mean, obviously I believe in a capitalist society, and I think that's why they thrive. You see the differences around the globe, isn't it?
Exactly.
Countries where there's been certain ideas where things are meant to be equal for everybody and there's no competition, they don't do so well, like you mentioned earlier. Strong things. All right, guys, so we want to hear from you guys. All right, 3 things. AI says growth mindset, also says goal orientated, like Ailton said. And the third one was resilience and perseverance. So far we've got those 3 qualities that have been shared with us. We're going to have a look here in the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line. And if you're not familiar, we have the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line here on the Breakfast Show, which allows you from wherever you are on the globe to communicate with us here in the studio so you can hear your voice around the world. And we're asking the question today, Kat, what was the question?
It was... Let me just find it here. It was, in order of most important, what do you believe are the top 3 qualities a person must have to become successful in the next 3 years of their career?
Okay, now we have Avril is commenting here, and Avril's from Plasto, and Avril goes on to say being prayerful, number 1, number 2, being disciplined, and number 3, enthusiastic.
No, yeah, those are qualities. Those are very important for us, especially because we believe prayer taps you into the best, and
discipline and enthusiastic. Do you think that's a huge one? Enthusiasm.
Discipline, enthusiasm will help you to be, when you're enthusiastic, I think that will motivate you.
Yeah.
So it's a good one.
Yeah?
It's a good one.
I think maybe enthusiasm probably, because I learned what the meaning of enthusiasm was. And in Greek.
Yeah.
And I think it was enthusiasmos or something like that. And it means God in us.
Wow.
I know, right? I was like, that's strong. And I think enthusiasm is good, especially if you want to transmit that to other people, because one thing you said last week is that if you want to grow something, no man is an island. You depend on other people. And I think maybe like what Avril was saying, to have an idea and be able to transmit that with enthusiasm helps to stir the waters.
Yeah. No, God in us. If you notice in the past, God was involved in many things, in most things. Even the best universities were formed to study about God.
Yeah.
Oxford, Cambridge, I think Harvard.
Yeah, I heard the idea of science it stemmed from
exactly.
the from God. Yeah.
So God, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Taligado. All right, so we got another one here. So that was Avril. We got another one here from the one and only Chanel in Kilburn. Oh, she's got here what she's drinking this morning. Oh, this looks good. I'm going to come back to that in a second. Here we go. Let's check this out. 3, 2, 1. Oops. Uh-oh. Kat, pray for me. It's the WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp line, I think, is showing its age, Mr. Effie. Yeah, every time we play a voice note, it just collapses on
How
us.
old is it?
Is it WhatsApp or the phone?
It's WhatsApp. It's WhatsApp.
No,
Yeah.
it's the phone.
No, it's WhatsApp.
It's the phone.
No, because it doesn't do this with Telegram. Yeah, it doesn't do it with Telegram, Kat. Yeah, it doesn't do that. It's just, it's just happy.
You sure?
Yeah, Kat, I got it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now it's trying to remove the item. Can you believe it? Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna just move over here. All right, and we're gonna have a listen to see what Chanel has to say. Okay, about the 3 top qualities for a person to be successful in the next 3 years. Take it away, Chanel.
Morning, breakfast family. How are you all doing? So, for the morning coffee question, this is going by experience over the years of pursuing in my career.
Okay.
So I think the most important thing that a person should have within their 3 qualities is, one of them is experience, because if you've got experience in whatever career that you're trying to pursue, then you would have an idea of how to maintain your job role and also to be promoted as well.
Okay.
And also to do many other things and understand many other things according to experience.
Okay.
Whether you have a qualification or whether you don't, the main thing is experience.
Okay.
The second quality.
So she's saying, like, even if you have nothing, you can get your foot into a door somehow and generate some type of experience as well.
I would say that you should have is humbleness, because when you have humbleness, you're able to learn from others and you are able to improve in your skills as well, in whatever job that you do. And the third one I would say that you should definitely have is to learn how to create a good team. So if you are a manager and you have a team, once you learn how to create a good team and a good unity, then your role will always be successful. The job that you do will always be successful.
Okay.
Even if you're not a manager, but you're amongst a team, when you create that good team amongst yourself, it makes things so much easier for the job that you're doing. So that's why I think those stuff are important. So yeah, those are the 3 things: humbleness, experience, and being able to create a good team and to be a good team player as well. All right, then. I hope this helps. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Chanel. That was absolutely beautiful. So we had humility. We had humility, experience, and being a team.
Humble.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yes, the team is very important because, I think we're created to be a team.
Yeah.
God says, let us create man in our own image.
True that.
Yeah.
True that. That's a huge one, yeah.
Yes, so, and the Lord Jesus walked in a team. And you tend to do more as a team, you know, as they say, Usain Bolt beat his own record, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And then when you see the film about his biography, there was a team around him that pushed him there.
Yes. No, he beat his own record when he ran in a relay in the Jamaican team. In the Jamaican team. Yeah, so he was faster in a team.
Yes. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I remember because I watched his autobiography.
Yes.
And like what you're saying, so we had that, and then we had the other people that were pushing him forward.
That's also that.
Yeah.
But in running within the team,
he killed it.
yes.
You know, my daughter did the same thing. She did a relay 400 meters.
Yeah.
And I think she beat her personal best. Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work, so they say.
Exactly.
All right, guys, so we're going to keep it moving because we've got some more nuggets coming from Mr. Effie this morning. I'm just going to see if I can throw another one up there very, very quickly. Kat, I've got something here as well from the one and only Lady Jazz, just to share with you right now. Here it comes, 3, 2, 1, Lady Jazz. If you're not on the Breath Show broadcast, you should be, because you get to know everything that's going to be happening before it actually happens here on the show, and it's a good way for you to communicate like Lady Jazz has done. We have a message all the way from Botswana right now, and this is from Batad Sana. All right, let's see what she has to say about these 3 ideas to be successful in the next 3 years. And you know, Botswana is a different landscape, right? The different landscape than UK. So I'm really intrigued on what she has to say here. Let's go.
Okay, good morning, Dumelang. The
Dumelang.
qualities or the character for a successful person in the next 3 years, for me, it'll have to be perseverance and confidence. And you have to be really hardworking to achieve that thing that you want to do. Perseverance, I believe that even if you face challenges, you're gonna be patient and persistent to keep doing it. And perseverance and confidence go hand in hand. How are you going to be persevering if you're not confident? And how are you going to achieve that thing if you're not confident?
Love it.
And how are you expect to achieve that thing if you're not hardworking? So you have to be hardworking in order to achieve those things. Peace.
Drop it like it's hot. All right, so we had another one there. So we had confidence. That one came in there. Perseverance and hardworking.
Hardworking, yeah.
I think coming from because I know that my sister would definitely include hard working in there. My cousin, my sister in Ghana, whenever they speak about this kind of stuff, they're like, you have to work hard. I mean, what are your thoughts on those three things there?
Yeah, hardworking, perseverant. You
And
need
confidence.
to persevere. You need to be confident. You need to believe in yourself, believe in your ability, believe in your qualities. Because that, when you don't believe in yourself, that actually, you can see that. You can tell.
Yeah.
You know, that is evident if you don't believe in yourself. So, yeah very good.
And I think if you don't believe in yourself, you won't get people to believe in you, right?
Exactly.
That's tough.
Exactly.
That's
And
tough.
people can tell when you are not confident, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. It's very, very true. I think it even starts with body language,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Body language, and I think not looking people in the eyes. I think that stuff says a lot. I mean, you've gone. I'm sure you've had to go in there and strike some really important big business deals with unfamiliar people.
Yes.
I mean, how big a role does confidence play for you?
No, it's very important, and what helps is when you know you are going. You know, you have to be really. You have to be confident. You have to believe in your product. You have to believe in yourself, because when you are not confident, it shows. You are nervous, and you know. It's important to know what you're doing as well. That helps your confidence, knowledge.
Yeah, I hear that. Here's another thing I wanted to ask you as well. Because we had two sides of the spectrum.
Yes.
Bassett Sana over in Botswana talked about confidence, but then you had Chanel from Kilburn. She said being humble. How would you balance the two?
Being humble is willing to listen. You know, willing to. Confidence is not pride. Confidence is believing, having the knowledge and understanding that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, being humble is willing to listen and learn, and you will do more, because there is always room for improvement. Like we spoke earlier about competition. You know, competition brings the best out of us. Challenges bring the best out of us.
True.
In society where there is no competition, you find that, you know, that is closed, where you have a closed economy.
Yeah.
You find that the development is slow.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know, that's just what it is. You know, for example, North Korea is not as developed as
I hear
South Korea, for example.
Yeah, that's a huge contrast there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So look, this is it. Now, I want to hear your three, just as we're about to go to a timeout. I want to hear your three. Yeah. So, in order of the most important, what would you believe are the top three qualities a person must have to become successful in the next 3 years of their career, or whatever? When I say career, it doesn't mean, it can mean employment or something that you're developing.
So that's taken for granted as
Okay.
Christian. So know what product you have, know your talent. That's very important.
Actually,
Perseverant.
Sorry about this, because you know when we say God first, it's very broad. The elements within that element.
Yes.
So let's assume that God is already like as the foundation factor.
Yes.
What three things would you say come after
To be successful
Yeah.
in business
in the next 3 years?
in the next 3 years, know your product. So which means know have a talent or a product. You know that. Then you have to be ready to sacrifice.
I hope to like that one.
Yes, and persevere, because it's about sacrifice. It's about giving, letting go, which we are going to touch on later.
Taligado, sacrifice, letting go. I love the way you rephrased us.
Yes.
Rephrased that. And the third one was, so we have know your product or your talent.
You have to persevere. You have to believe in your
Persevere.
yeah.
Taligado. All right, guys. So there we go. So this is from Mr. Effie. Number one, obviously, God is the foundation for everything.
Yeah.
Doing that well gives you confidence to do the three things. So then the first one would be know your product or / your talent, because maybe their products may be a service,
Exactly.
right, that they provide, musician, etc., or a physical product. Number two, sacrifice. And I love it when the way you say it. The way you say it sounds so complete. It's like
It had weight to it.
it had weight to it, exactly. And hearing and / letting go.
Yeah.
And number three, persevere. We hear this word so often, but it comes up as something very fundamental, because things may not always go the way we want straight away.
Exactly.
Beautiful. All right, so we got some comments here just to go in before we go into our timeout. So we have good morning all. This is M. Pendra and Hackney. I believe the most important qualities would be perseverance, analytical, and confidence. That's from Clive. We also have an amazing day all. Blah, 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 blah. We got Neil Priscilla, the Table of Justice. Yeah, fire, fire, fire. You guys make me laugh every time. You bring joy. All right, but we're going to go into a timeout now, guys. Coming up next, we're going to be continuing what we've been learning with Mr. Effie. Has been teaching us how to develop and grow and achieve success with God. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and we're going to have some really beautiful questions for him that he's going to be bringing to us. I'm really excited about it. Just to show you now, one of the first questions, you might want to get your people ready if they don't normally listen to stuff, but they want to listen to some useful information in this morning. Sorry about that, guys. He's going to give us 7 steps to consider before starting a business as a Christian, as a godly person, because many of us fall on the wayside because of this. So this is going to be really important because, I can't trust myself. Right? So get this information if you want to achieve something amazing. And he's going to give us an overview of different types of business structures. We're in 2024, and there are, like Maurice says, in some cases the worst of times, but in other cases it's also the best of times. So there's a lot of different things going on that could be a problem for our faith, or a lot of different challenges, but it's also the best of times in using technology and using other things that are available to us. So we're going to go into this, guys. Let's keep it going, and we'll be right back after this amazing track from the one and only Kathleen Katz.
Yes.
What song have you got for us? You know what, let's stop going into the 80s and 90s, please.
All right.
Yeah, do you know the reason why? Is because that is specifically for Monday.
All right.
Yeah, it's a Monday thing, all right? Because we got brilliant tracks already on the Breakfast Show. You hear it all the time because you're the sound lady.
Yeah.
But, we want to make sure the 80s and 90s, everyone will tune on Monday, enjoy the 80s and 90s, okay? Because it's good.
Okay.
You're awesome, Kat. What song you got for us?
I've got Good Day by Forrest Frank.
Good Day by Forrest Frank. Good Day by Forrest. That's it. Good. Awesome. It's your breakfast show. All right, guys, wake everybody else up. Let's get ready to rumble. We're right back after this. Hey, just a quick interruption. I know you're enjoying the show, but don't forget, if you haven't already, robustly smash the like and subscribe button. Do it now. Do it now. All right, good morning, guys. This is your breakfast show. If you've just joined us, we're here every morning from the hours of 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till 10. We're here to bring you some good faith, gusto, and determination for you to start your morning right. Tuesday on the Breakfast Show is the Pursuit of Success Day, where we look at, give, and share tools, tips, and ideas, and have guests in order to help us to achieve that next step to achieve our definition of success. In the studios today, as well as having our lady of sound and one and only Ailton this morning on the Breakfast Show controlling the sound, we also have our special guest who's literally the furniture here. Drop some golden nuggets, Mr. Effie. How you doing, Mr. Effie?
I'm very well, thank you.
Fantastic. So today we're going to be going into it. We just had our morning coffee question today. Yeah, I like that, Kat. That's nice. That's nice. Keep it lovely. All right. So this morning, we are going into a journey, because once every month, Mr. Effie, takes time out to join us here on the Breakfast Show to share some golden nuggets. Mr. Effie, Mr. Effie. If I can't even go into the credentials, because you've done so many things from where God has taken you from. If you could just give us a brief idea of the kind of things that God has been able to trust you with. I'll phrase it like that, because I like it when we did the last program and we were speaking about what God could trust you with, and you were speaking more about the internals, more the internals, because sometimes human beings get success and we sabotage ourselves. So just to give us an idea for our listeners who are not familiar with you, what kind of things has God been able to trust you with?
Okay, I would say we run businesses, and I've been able to start different businesses, different initiatives. So God has given me that grace, I should say, to be able to see opportunities and leverage on it over the years. So that's something that I think I've got a niche for.
Absolutely.
To have the courage to try.
And I think that's the beautiful thing. I think that's what makes you very, very, very different from a lot of the entrepreneurs we hear. The courage to try new things, And here's the thing. Because, for example, like everybody has a different personality.
Yes.
And with you, you're much more calmer. As
Yes,
for all the
yeah.
years I've known you, you're much more calmer. And usually, someone would think a person engaged in this type of work you're involved in would need to be very flamboyant. But I know you're much more calm and you're much more thoughtful. You know, and yeah. So let me. Actually, this is going to be a personal
Yes.
one. Do you think sometimes too much flamboyancy can play against a person achieving success?
Well, I think if you're dealing with the sort of things we deal with, we have to be very discreet because we deal with ultra high net worth individuals, high net worth, everybody really, but the spectrum. So I think it's better to be neutral.
Yeah.
What do I mean? You know, it's like when you want to sell a property, you don't paint it yellow. It's better to paint it white or close to white, so that, you know, if you paint it green, blue, red, so it's always better, I think, depending on your industry. If you are in showbiz,
Yeah.
I think it works to be flamboyant.
Yeah, more energy.
You know, if you are in showbiz, it works to be flamboyant. But if you are dealing with estate, you are dealing with wealth, you are dealing with, maybe you are a lawyer, where you're dealing with more serious, I think it's better to be conservative, to be discreet, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it depends on the industry.
It depends on the industry. I love that answer. Ailton.
I have a question for us, Ife. Do you know, like out there in the YouTube world and stuff like that, the guys that give advice for men and stuff like that, they always say you have to be cutthroat, you have to like step on the little guy, they have to take advantage of every situation and stuff like that. What would you say about that?
About being cutthroat?
Yeah.
Well, I think you cannot change who you are. I think one of the things you have to find is who you really are. And you have to see that through. You have to believe in who you are, in the principles you believe in. And if you believe in that and that will pay up for you, that's what you should do. And that's what I believe in, who I am. I believe in the principles. That's very important. It depends on what is important to you, to the person. So for me, the principles are quite, are very important. For me, the way you do business is more important than the business itself.
All right.
Some people say the business is more important than anything, but the way we do business is more important than the business.
I think that's very well put.
I don't personally believe in those ideologies, but I don't know, just for the people at home, when they hear the information in YouTube and stuff like that, like, what would you have to say?
Yeah, because it was really interesting, because when I was doing the research for the program this morning, and I did ask some questions, on signs that a person will be successful.
Yes.
One of the things that came up was the person is obsessed with success. And I mean, coming from where I come from, I was like, it's a bit off. But I can understand from a secular point of view, you need something to gravitate towards too. But then also, like, I think it was who was it? I think was it Neo that said it? I'm not too sure. From Botswana, was saying about hard working. So getting that balance between obsession, which they put as number one as a sign that you're going to be successful. And I believe anyone that's obsessed with something will get whatever they want. How it comes out is another question, and also just being hardworking. How would you balance the two in terms of pursuing success?
I would say it depends on what you mean by obsession, really, because you can be obsessed in wanting to see the principles you have established in people as well.
Powerful. And
that is your drive. So it depends on what, I think it really depends, because if you have good qualities and you want to make a real difference in that area, in that, and you want to impact people, I think it can be good.
Okay. So obsession, but it's about the intention of that obsession.
Exactly.
That's a good one. Kat, we're going to play a video in just a second about someone, that one on the left, yeah. But before we do, and we're going to go into some the questions, the 7 points that you're going to give soon. We had Neo Priscilla. Neo Priscilla's given us an idea of what's actually happening in Botswana this morning. And it says, it's so cold here in Bots. I hate coffee, but today I held the cup of coffee along with fat cakes. Mangwinya. You know what that is, Kat? Mangwina? Okay. It's common here in Botswana to drink coffee with this delicious bread. It's so nice. I feel a desire for it already just by hearing that. Yeah, and she said, I'm going to give this in because she really did her best to try and be on time to have it heard. When we asked the 3 top qualities that she thinks that a person would have to determine their success in 3 years, she said, first of all, one has to be the second. That is to have God as his or her first in life, in all the areas of his or her life, not just financially, but also in character, behavior, and physically. Very nice, similar to what you were saying. Secondly, one should have the spirit of perseverance to never give up. And thirdly, one must have a goal, target, and time to and with an achievable goal within those 3 years in your in your career. I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
I think they hit the point. I think it's even very similar to what you were saying.
Exactly.
Beautiful. All right, guys. So look, thank you so much for that, Neil. You're absolutely awesome. We're gonna get ready to go into our main part with Mr. Effie now, but I want to show you a very short TikTok shock here. A gentleman here who's an entrepreneur. It's a comedy sketch, but I think it's quite interesting. It's very interesting. Check this out. Tell me your thoughts after.
I've got an idea. Hand me that. If we change the way that goes around and put it back here, we'll disrupt the industry. Exactly. You're a genius. He's right. You are a genius. I'd like to invest. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. You're gonna be a very, very rich man. Yes, let's go. One of the richest people I know, actually. Yes, I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen.
Are you there? Can you hear me? Hey, did you hear what I said?
What?
I said this seems like a good idea, but how are you gonna market it?
Market. Yes.
Do you have a target audience?
Yes, I was working on that.
At least you've done a competitive analysis, right? Or ran some financial projections. You didn't think you were gonna get an investment without that, right?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that one, Mr. Effie?
Very true.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
Well, because we all get excited about the facade, about the dream, about what we see. Sometimes you just see a business opening, you say, oh, the business is doing so well. But you don't really know. Only when you're in business, you know until you see the numbers. You don't really know what's going on. You don't know what's happening.
It's true.
And the idea is they need to be put on paper for anyone who reads it to be able to understand it clearly. So that's very important.
Okay. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Many times I've seen restaurants, especially in Croydon, and a restaurant opened, it was so good. I loved the restaurant, I loved the prices, but then after it disappears. And usually you find it was mainly for that kind of reason. They didn't market it properly. They didn't think about who was actually in the environment or where its location was. And then it just disappeared. It disappeared. Father, only God to help us. Yeah. So today, as we've looked at that piece right now, by the way, good morning to... 1 second. Good morning to get out of it, mate. Good morning to Angula Amon over there in Namibia. First time I'm seeing you on the show today. Great to have you with us. Absolutely. And the rest of you, you know what? I need to get glasses. Leave me alone. Kat,
Don't you have glasses already?
Yeah, I know, but I didn't think I'd need them this morning. We have a new thing going on here, interface thing, right?
It's okay, Rob. Kat already sent a message to the devs. We're gonna make the names bigger for you.
You're funny. You're funny. You're very funny. All right, let's get into this now. All right, so Mr. Effie, we have you here today, and we're gonna go into building from our last discussion last week. And last month. And here's what's very, very, very interesting. Last month we had quite a few things. We spoke about previously about trusting God, being able to trust us with His definition of success. Last week as well, the previous month, we had lots of different keys. For God to trust with success. We've had we've had different things that we've spoken about, and a lot of the things you spoke about were to do with us internally. Mostly we get a lot of information to motivate us to act, but some of the things you touched on us previously was to kind of like set the groundwork up for us to go and take good actions, you know, and for God to support us in the way that we're working. And so today we're looking at 7 steps to consider before starting a business as a Christian. 7 steps to consider. There are many different businesses out there, right? I think Pat Cat even sent you a picture, right, of the different types of business structures that we have out there. And Mr. Effie is going to speak about some different business types later on today. Not that one. There's another one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Nah, okay, that's it. Okay, no worries, it's fine. Yeah, because there's lots of different business structures that we have, and you're going to go through some of them today. So, if we're going to be talking about keys to think about going into business as a Christian, to be a godly person, let's go into that. So, what would be the first one?
So, I just want to say that this is not the main. I think we can get information of the main. Steps really, however, what we're going to speak about first is cost.
Wow.
The reason why I'm choosing that is because a lot of people don't consider. So in cost, you have the explicit cost and the implicit cost. So a lot of people don't consider the implicit cost.
Okay. So
because this is a cost that you will not be able to put numbers to.
Okay. All right.
So that's why that is very important. You know, the Bible verse in Luke 14:28. Yes, where what the Lord Jesus said. I'll just read. He said, "For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it, lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish."
Wow. Powerful. And you know what? I think that's a lot of people's fear.
Yes. So the explicit cost is the cost that you already know, you know, the cost of the business, that will be in your business plan. But the implicit cost is the cost that you are foregoing. For example, you're employed. When you start a business, you probably will have to forego that income to depend on
whatever
comes.
Yeah.
You know, so that is the opportunity cost.
Okay. Strong things.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think everybody has heard now that, you know, I'm going to have to go on a tight budget, you know, while I work on my dream. And they try to set things up. And these are the tangible things. So and these are the opportunity costs you call them.
The opportunity cost is the cost of foregoing. So what you've foregone to achieve what you want to do.
So what you lose?
Yes, in a way.
Okay,
that's it. So basically, if you are employed, you have to forego your employment.
Wow.
When you are doing business, you have to think of the personal resource you are using. Your car, for example, your computer, your electricity. How are you putting that to the cost?
Yeah.
You have to think of. You've talked on restaurant. You want to start a restaurant, but what is the cost to the family?
So in terms of like time to the family.
Time, yeah. What's the cost to the family?
Strong things.
Yeah.
I think many times, like Ailton said before, you know, we need to hustle. We need to do that and the other. But that phrase, what's inside of it is so broad. Because it's going to cost us family time. It might cost us, like our wife will now have to take children to school while we're 6 a.m. waking up and we won't be seen again till the night. Maybe there might even be a cost to someone's health.
stress. I was going to say that.
Oh,
Risk,
wow.
because there is risk involved in entrepreneurship. So what about the cost to your health, your stress, the stress involved?
And so you're saying, Jesus is saying, look, have you count the cost before you start to
the
build?
cost to your faith.
That's true. You know, Mr. Effie, here's a question, right? Because I know you got 6 more. We've just started with the first one.
Yes.
But I don't think many people see pursuing success or building something as something that could cost them their faith, right? Because in the beginning, it can seem very simple, very innocent. I know I have to work hard. I know I have to, you know, I finished my 9-to-5 job, but now I'm going to have to do something else from 6 to 10, right? And many times on paper, everyone knows they should do that. And people don't see any threat in that, right? How can people, and I think most cases it's something that's a necessity to be done. Like you said, you have to count the costs. So how can someone know that, for example, if they're going to go down this road, that they can still keep their spiritual life in check?
Okay. For example, you say, okay, you want to be a doctor. I'm just giving an example now.
Yeah.
Forget about legislation and all that. So you think, okay, I want to be a doctor. I want to have a practice. Okay, within my practice, my vision is to have a prayer room.
Okay.
I'm going to have, I'm going to make sure I'm going to have opportunity for those who need prayer, for those who want to. So basically, when you are establishing your implicit cost, you are already putting in how you will take care of every area of your life.
Okay.
So it shouldn't stop you. It should make you manage your expectations and be ready, because when you're able to know what to expect and you plan towards it, then you roll up your sleeves and you're ready for the fight and you know how to mitigate the risk.
Okay.
So you don't just go in without making sure you're saying, okay, family, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure I deliberately will have time for my family. And you plan around that. I'm going to make sure, okay, within the next 3 months, I'm going to try and build a team. So basically, it's not to stop you. It's to create that, it's to manage your expectations and to be deliberate about how you will manage your affairs.
Beautiful.
And have control over your affairs rather than your affairs having control over you.
So not being reactive.
Exactly, you've been proactive.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's very important, because what happens to a lot of people, they go in without really looking at all these. And that's where the person, as the Lord Jesus said, did not
count the cost.
And because they did not count the cost, they went in when the challenge came. Some of them, that destroys them, and they give up.
Yeah. Wow. So, and it's funny that you should say that, because many times we can prepare everything that we can, look all the dots and the T's for this business venture or this thing that we want to develop. We make all the phone calls, we adjust and organize everything. But when it comes to facilitating our spiritual life, we leave that to chance. And so what you're saying is that sometimes that's our big mistake. We're not intentional in including what we do to maintain our faith in the pursuit of success. Because pursuit of success, part of it is to remain.
Exactly, is to remain, is to make sure you have time for family, is to make sure you have time for your health, is to make sure. So deliberately, you have to know, and you have to now. So for example, maybe there are times where it will be difficult for you to meet that, but you have a plan. You now know, look, this is not my goal, this is short term. I'm going to. But if you have a restaurant that you are opening 24/7 and you are starting, it's going to be a challenge. You know what I mean? But you need to know. So basically what we are saying is that the reality is that you will have those challenges. You know what I mean? There is no doubt about it. Even sometimes with the career you choose. But we are saying you must count the implicit cost. Some people focus just on the explicit cost. But for example, let's say you are having a business that is detrimental to your health. But you are making
XYZ.
But that business shortens your lifespan.
What's the point? Yeah, that's true.
So you have to.
Yeah, wow. So what would you say to the person that maybe they're in a situation, and this is only number one, this is key number one, right?
Yes.
And they see that their health has been affected by the way they've been operating to pursue success. And they're hearing you now. You know, they're hearing you, okay, you know what, my wife or someone has been talking about, look, your health is deteriorating, you can't continue like this. You've been to the doctor, you know, for a drip, just to kind of revive you back, and you've gone back into the grind. What would you say to the person? How can the person start to change or shift things?
Well, they have to analyze everything and see how. Obviously, it depends on the person. So it's very difficult not knowing what the person is doing.
Yeah.
But I tell you, there is nothing that cannot be developed. There is nothing that cannot be
worked around.
Honestly, sometimes there's nothing is really impossible. We can work around everything. The main thing is that we must be in control of our time.
I hear that.
We must be in control of we cannot allow to be slaves to anything.
That's a caption right there. Right? We can't allow ourselves to be slaves to anything. It's true. And many people are slaves to their dream.
Yes.
And I think in the secular world, I think they praise that. They praise that because they look at the outcome. Would you agree, Ailton?
Yeah, I agree. Very deep conversation right here.
Indeed, you speak the truth. Okay, Mr. Effie?
Yeah.
So let's go on to, so that was number one, weigh the cost.
Exactly.
Weigh the cost. And you gave us a Bible passage, which was Luke chapter 28.
Chapter 14.
Chapter 14. Yeah.
Luke 14, 28 to 30.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so guys, we can meditate on that. All right, let's go for number two.
Number two, well, this is not in sequence, just for you to know.
No problem.
So, I spoke about finding your product, your talent, knowing exactly what it is you want, you know? What is it you want to do? Then when you find that product, that's number two, you know what it is, you believe in it, you really believe in it. Then you have to make sure it's a product that is marketable. You know.
Okay.
To make sure you can.
What do you mean by that?
You can have something that there are many ideas that have been tried, but they were not successful.
Really?
In the real world, yes.
Pause that thought. I want to show a quick video, an example of this.
Okay.
Let's have a look. 3, 2, 1.
These ideas that are so stupid, they just might work part two. Business idea one. Create a clothing company that prints the labels inside and outside, so you can never wear your shirt inside out.
Nonsense.
Business idea number dos. Make a deodorant that has Nair already mixed inside it, so that your armpits will smell fresh and be smoother than a penguin's flipper. Business idea number 3. Buy a farm, plant a bunch of beets, call Dr. Dre, ask him to collaborate. Beats by Dr. Dre.
Crazy. So
very nice.
Yeah. So he was making fun.
Yes.
T-shirt with the label in and out. You know, Beats by Dr. Dre, get a farm and send Dr. Dre. So ridiculous ideas, clearly not marketable, right? Because anybody can think of anything. And what you're saying is make sure it's marketable. Make sure it's something that piques people's interest that they need, right?
Exactly. So, no, that's very important. So, when you find your talent, make sure it's marketable. And then, once you see that it's a good product, try and hasten the process.
Okay.
How do you do that? Find who have been successful, a company that has been successful in that business or category, or done something similar, and try and better that.
Wow.
So you have a template. Sometimes people want to start from scratch.
Yeah.
It's good. However, it's better because many times the ideas are already there. Most of 99% of products or ideas. So what you can do is to find out how to improve on what is already there.
Okay.
And this is how the Japanese became very successful after the Second World War. Wow. They did not develop new products, but they just always looked for products and made them better. And that's been their way of economics actually to date. They are always looking for ways to improve.
Okay. So I'm thinking, because you're talking about marketing. Imagine you have one particular product that's been marketed in a certain way to attract people towards it. And maybe you have something similar, but your marketing strategy in order to entice people's attention can be more successful, can be more capturing, and that's just look at the marketing, not even improving it technically, but it's a similar product, but just the way that you market it, the way you put it forward, can make you gain success in something that's already been made already.
Exactly.
Anybody want to open TikTok account? Go sell stuff on TikTok? Anyway, yeah, they sent me a message. TikTok sent me a message. Would you like to sell products? And I was like, I was thinking about it. Yes.
So sometimes it's just that you just look for something and just do it nicely, and that can be an idea. So we look for ways. Sometimes you don't need to, especially now. That's why research is another point. It's very important to research.
Yeah.
Because when you research, you know what is out there. So don't just go on your own, because you may be wasting time and effort to research on something that has already been established instead of you improving on that already.
That's true.
You may have an idea that someone is already successful in. So look at that idea, look at what the person has done, and then say, okay, maybe I can do mine a bit different.
Just to add to what you're saying, because I wanted to find this video, and it's a gentleman called Grant Cardone, and he was saying something very interesting. He said that the high street is packed with similar businesses. He gave an example of a hairdresser. That if you go to a hairdresser now, someone opens a hairdresser here, there's another hairdresser 4 minutes down the road, and there's like 8 hairdressers on the same road, and the business is divided. You've got the same people walking up and down, the business is divided. And he said something along the lines of, what you could do? Go to the hairdresser person and negotiate with them. If I can bring you clients to your particular hairdressers, will you give me a cut?
Exactly.
So he doesn't have to worry about the overheads that he would normally pay if he was a hairdresser owner. He doesn't have to worry about all these other details. But literally what the hairdresser needs is clients and customers, and the person's used their mind to say, you know what, I get a similar outcome, a better outcome, but without a lot of that headache. So let me just alleviate some of their headache from this particular hairdresser shop, and we're in business.
Exactly. Exactly. So we have to think, especially now with technology. This is very common in technology. That's why it's very difficult to actually patent technology product, because there are ways where people are just looking for ways to improve what someone else has done.
I never thought of it like that.
Yes. So sometimes you're looking with a little twitch, you can just do what Uber is doing. You know what I mean?
Guys,
which is happening. You have Bolt, you have Uber started it, for example. Now you have other ones.
We started with the black cab.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we had a normal cab. You call them.
Exactly.
Wow. And then we had Uber. Now we had these other variants.
Exactly. So because technology, so people are just looking how. So, and it's because of technology, information now. The pace is.
Got it.
The pace is fast. It's astronomical.
You've just got me understanding now. Because we wouldn't have had Uber if mobile phones didn't develop to the stage that they are.
Exactly.
So technology develops, and even the way that we do things traditionally can change because of something maybe has nothing to do with our field of work. Mobile phones had nothing to do with a cab fare except for calling them up.
Exactly.
But as soon as they became smart, we have geo tagging to see where the cab is, etc. And there was a new business and a whole new industry. Wow.
So the truth is, okay, this is more of a tip. Anything we are doing now, we have to see how to involve technology.
Gotcha.
You know, because the pace is...
Wow.
So research is really key to know.
Just a quick thing here. When I was looking for traits of successful people, one of the things that came up was impatient. The people are very impatient. I think even you touched on it now. Hasten the process.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a big thing, an important factor, to be someone who's very quick? Like, you know what, I have an idea, I need to execute it right now or get it done.
Yes, I will say you have to get it done, but you have to make haste with caution.
Okay.
What does that mean? Get it done, because I used to be very impatient. I'm still a bit impatient. But I'm really learning to be patient. What do I mean patient? Because sometimes when you're impatient, you try to not follow the steps. You want to be so quick.
Gotcha.
But there are steps. So that's making haste with caution.
Okay.
So basically, you make sure you follow the right steps.
Okay.
You make sure you do. So be quick to
act.
Don't go, because sometimes we get into problems. Okay, as we say now, you want to start a business, you've not checked all the cost, the explicit and implicit cost, and you get in because you're rushing, then you find yourself in problems.
Yeah.
So what we need to do, we must be impatient to follow the right steps, the right regulatory processes.
Okay.
So that we don't get in problems, because sometimes it takes more time to undo the wrong.
Wow.
So that impatience, you will have to be patient later. And sometimes it may be so costly if you don't do things properly. So yes, you should not be, I just wanted to clarify that it's important to be patient. It's important to be patient, to be impatient, sorry.
Yeah.
However, don't misconstrue impatience for not making sure you are following the right step.
Fantastic. I think who was it that said it? I don't know if it was Neo, but they said being analytical.
Exactly.
So you know what's needed. You're not wasting time, but you're analyzing the steps.
You must do that.
Beautiful. We're going to be having two more from you.
Yes.
All right. We're going to go for a timeout. All right.
Okay.
Just give everyone a bit of a break, because we've had a very deep and very nice solid food here in the conversation this morning. For everybody who's looking to pursue their definition of success, I hope this has been adding to you. Anything, comments that are standing out for you, please feel free to type it in the live chat. Or if you have a question for Mr. Effie while we got him here, definitely feel free to ask, because you may be in a place, situation, continent, town, city where you have particular questions, and Mr. Effie will be able to give some very good tips, give some good advice from the experiences that he's been going through. So let's seize the opportunity. See this thing, I have to hold it up to Bonjour, Robert, Cat, Assistant Effie, and the Breakfast Show listeners. Charlene in Brazil's with us, our Brazilian correspondent. That's awesome. All right. Okay, good morning, Sinead. Good morning. Okay, good morning, guys. So we're going to keep going. All right, just give a quick time out, catch your breath back, enjoy some music, bop your head. By the way, interesting to see what you guys are getting up to this morning. I'm loving it. So I couldn't go through everything because show's just going. It's moving organically, and I'm enjoying the conversation. Wake everybody else up. We'll be right back in just a moment. Right after this. Good Good morning. This is your breakfast show. I'm your host, Robert Ashitey, your boss presenter, and today's a Pursuit of Success Day. We have our very special guest is joining us this morning, the one and only Mr. Effie. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Good. It's like you don't get tired, you know. I mean, seriously, like you're just on point. There's no fluctuation. Like you just got it. Like you're just sailing. It's good.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, we good times for that. One day I'm going to have to ask you about your morning exercise regime or your morning routine. I think that'd be very good to hear about that one. Absolutely. Guys, we've been talking today about the 7 steps to consider before starting a business as a Christian. And we won't have we wanted to give an overview of different business structures, but I think that'll be next time.
That will be next time, yes.
And why are these things important? One of the key ones that Mr. Effie spoke about was about the implicit and the explicit cost. Is that there is a cost to whatever venture you choose to go in. There's some things that people are aware of, which is costs in terms of financing the business, etc. But then you have other costs like time with family, your spiritual cost. It will cost you your health that it can cost you, loss of income. The list goes on, isn't it? Yeah. And this on loan is a huge subject. I wish we could spend more time on just that, and I think if we have an opportunity we can revisit it. And there are many reasons why businesses fail, and that's one of the reasons, right? People don't weigh the cost. They just say I can cook. You give an example, and they start a restaurant, but they didn't realize. Without realizing the explicit, sometimes even explicit cost. Yeah. They just say, okay, I can cook. People love my food. Yeah. And they open a restaurant and it's tough. It doesn't continue. Exactly. So we have here just a few points here from the people at let me see. Let me just make sure I've got the details here. If you just put it on the screen cap. All right. These are from Investopedia. And reasons why businesses fail. I'm just going to go through them very quickly. One, not satisfying a need, which you touched on. So nobody has a need for their product or idea or service. Bad business plan, explicit and implicit cost. Lack of financing. The other one is bad location. Inflexibility. That could be more of a character issue there. Inflexibility could be character issue, but I think it's more of, we were talking about being innovative, moving with the time, always trying to develop, like as I said about the Japanese, they just copy and develop it, you know what I mean, into better products. That's what's happening with technology as well. A lot of technology people are just developing into. So if you wait, if you are not flexible, say you want it my way, like remember the video rental, Blockbusters disappeared. Exactly, that you could say inflexibility. Yes. Wow. So we've got inflexibility, and then we have rapid expansion. Why businesses fail. Why would rapid expansion cause a business to fail? Okay, if you don't, it's something that we can speak about another time. But what happens? No, but I can give you if you don't have a proper structure in place to scale up, that can be a problem. Okay. So for you to be able to scale up, you need to be extremely organized so that you can grow in a manageable way. Gotcha. But if you are not strong and you try to expand, then your systems and processes may not be robust, may not be in place sufficient for you to take on another project. So what happened? The business will be disorganized. So, but when your system and processes are quite robust, you know what you are doing. It's easy. Sorry about that. It's easy to replicate. Oh, beautiful! Wow. Okay, that's a good one. I also wanted to ask a question. We have a perfect example. McDonald's. I don't know if you know about the history of McDonald's. Yeah. They had this amazing idea of McDonald's, and then that guy came in and just stole the whole thing. Yes. I forgot his name, but he came in. Yes. He saw the system in the restaurant. They had a place for the patty, a place for this, and they were moving and turning around food very quickly. Then he came on. He wanted to expand it. He saw how it could expand, but the brothers, they just wanted to be in one spot. Exactly. That's a good example. And the guy stole the idea. Like he pretty much bought the land. They expanded. So he just stole the whole thing. Yeah. So that's a really powerful example. By the way, I would recommend everyone to watch that.
Yeah, that movie is amazing.
That's a beautiful movie. Give great ideas.
Yes.
And I thank you for saying this. The reason why is because many times we want to do something, we want to grow very quickly. You know, especially with our faith. You know, because of our faith, we say, "No, this will happen at this time," which involves expansion and growth. But we haven't set up the systems and structures to be able to, in real time, realistic time, for it to expand properly without it being broken.
Very important. And you know, again, God teaches us all this. He said He will not allow them to take the land at once, so that the beast will not
devour them. Yeah.
So it's like you trying to go into territory whereas you are not ready. So your systems will be disorganized. Your process will be disorganized. Your staff will be overwhelmed because you don't even know, and you could even lose money. Maybe you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So because you are not ready.
It's true.
So it's so the systems and process has to be in place. So rapid expansion is dangerous.
I'm glad you said that. I think we're gonna have to stop on that note. You know, the reason why I know Alton's like ready for some more nuggets. He's like, "Come on, man, give me another one." The reason why, because I really want to mull over what you've just shared with us today, and even with this thing about rapid expansion is big, because I'm a person that I love my faith, and all the time I think, I want to confound everybody, I want to confound the industry, we want to create rapid expansion, but the reality is, if you're expanding and involves human beings to expand, there needs to be time for them to develop, your systems and structures to develop. So, and sometimes we don't like the sound, we don't like to be told that. We don't want, we say, "Oh, you're against me, get behind me." Right?
Yeah.
But that God even shows us, like what you said, that things have their time to grow and develop.
Exactly. No, it's evident that that's why we must always seek to progress, but slowly. I like the Japanese way.
Okay.
Because if you see what happened before after the World War, was it the Second World War, when
Hiroshima,
yes.
Yeah.
What happened? They were finished.
Yeah.
But what they did, they started this approach in economics, whereby they said, look, it's going to be learning, seeking what others do, copying it, but progressing, always looking to grow, but slowly. So that marginal growth becomes huge eventually. And that's how some people even exercise is the same. When you apply that to your personal life, trying to do everything at once.
I do 100 reps.
Then you don't do it for 2 months.
Doesn't work.
Whereas when you start with 1, then you do 2, then you do 3.
Yeah.
Always improving.
Yeah.
So that's the secret.
Yeah. Everything has its season. Everything has its time.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right. I have to take that one on board. I have to take this one, because we just want to go out and take over the world. You know, it's like, we've been hidden for so long, now we're just going to explode. But you're right, absolutely. But at the same time, you are saying that, you know what, be determined to move, to get things done. Be impatient in a sense, so that you're actively working, but being analytical, so you don't miss any steps.
Exactly. Don't avoid the steps you need to take.
Avoid the steps. All right. So, look, Mr. Effie, it's been really powerful today. Speaking about the implicit and explicit cost. All right. If someone is just tuned in now, I just really want everyone to understand that one last time, because it was a bit of a thing to kind of process and digest, right? But just before we go, I just want you spoke about implicit and explicit costs. I'm going to let you just explain that one more time for our listeners, please, because I really like this and it's very important. You spoke about also, when you find your product, make sure it's marketable, right? So these are the two things. You touched on these two simple things today, but there's so many things that came out of it. So just one last time, guys, please pay attention to this. Mr. Evans is going to explain that if you go into business as a Christian, because this affects your faith, the explicit and the implicit cost. So firstly, what's the explicit cost?
The explicit cost is the actual cost of doing business in terms of numbers, the objective cost. So the cost of maybe paying for the office, the staff. But the cost a lot of people do not take into account sometimes, that is not sometimes most times in your business plan, is the opportunity cost. So for example, how does it affect your faith? How does it affect your family? How does it affect your health? How does it affect, because when you start a business as well, you are using your resources, maybe your car, your bills at home.
Yeah.
So that sometimes is not included in your business plan. So you just think, funny enough, I went for a business event where somebody said, okay, you can make 250,000. When they did the numbers, the person was making a loss. So the person was actually better employed.
Wow.
Than doing that business. So somebody asked, where did the money go?
Yeah, it's true.
The money went in, obviously, paying the overheads for the business.
Yeah.
The money went in paying bills, paying employees, paying taxes. So that's what it is.
Wow.
So that we can calculate. But what about the cost to your health? What about the cost to your family? What about the cost to your faith? What about the cost to your well-being in general? You know what? So these are things that it's very important that the Lord Jesus said we should, before we go and build, we should take account of the cost.
Yeah.
And when you take account of the cost, it's not to be scared, but it's to know that now I know how to mitigate this cost, how to manage my expectation, and how to overcome. So when those things come your way, you are aware of it. Because if you are not aware of it, when they come, they can destroy.
Wow. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Effie, for being with us today.
Pleasure, always a pleasure.
Literally, it's been great, and I feel like the next time you can't come quick enough. But it's great, like we've learned today. There's a process, and even when we eat, we have to take our time.
Exactly.
So it was great about learning about the implicit and explicit cost, and having a product that you can market, and also that thing you touched on about growth.
Yeah.
About growth, that was really, really important. Yes or no, Ailton? About growing properly. Don't need to be from day to night. So as we're just wrapping up now, what would you like to say to our listeners? Any final thoughts? Any final words?
No, I would just say, look, it's good
to look them in the eyes.
It's good to venture out, but it's important that we, as much as possible, know what we are getting into and go all in. And knowledge is, when you are knowledgeable about everything you need to get into, that gives you a ground to succeed in your venture. So that's what I will say.
I've got more questions. We have to finish the show. I've got more questions. Oh gosh, I've got more questions.
Pace
it. Next week. Next time.
We have a lot. We will touch on the overview of the types of business, and also maybe we'll give time for questions as well. Because that will help. Because I'm sure this is very important, more important than. And we don't. The implicit aspect of it is not talked about much.
No, not at all.
But that is critical.
Yeah, that's it. So guys, we're going to go into this, and I think what we'll do next time is that questions that they have, we'll do it before 9 o'clock. Yeah, so those who have to go to work or whatever, they'll be able to throw in their questions as well, and we'll prepare them for that. All right, guys, so the next time we'll have Mr. Effie in will be the second week of the month of July. All right, and it's going to come so quickly, my friend. The way that this calendar is working nowadays is actually scary. It will be the 9th of July. The 9th of July. All right, guys, so 9th of July, 7, 9... 24, I forget. All right, I was just trying to find something. Trying. All right, guys. So, thank you, Mr. Effie. You've been awesome.
No, pleasure.
Thank you, Kathleen and Ailton. You guys are awesome. All right, fantastic. And tomorrow's show is going to be a Wellness Wednesday, guys, where we are going to look at some tools, tips, and ideas to take care of the holy temple we have to live in while we're here. All right, and we're going to be looking at the subject of watermelon. Watermelon. All right, so maybe you enjoy watermelon as much as I do because it tastes good, but there's actually amazing things that it can do for your health and well-being. What would happen if you ate watermelon every day or every 2 days?
And we're gonna have you on the
watermelon on the show. You're good, you're good. Yeah, you can pick one up. Pick a nice big one up and carry it.
I don't know how to pick a good one.
Just knock
like,
it.
You know that one? Yeah, knock. I don't
and
know
if you
what I'm
hear
supposed to
echo,
hear.
I don't know either. Just knock it and just bring it. And I will test it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I know you're going to do a good job. You're the new kid on the block, so you bring the watermelon. You put yourself in that one, innit? All right, guys.
Why did I speak?
Guys, you've been absolutely awesome. Agree. The Founder is an amazing film. Oh, it's called The Founder. Thank you so much for that, Charlene. All right, guys. So look, this is it. So tomorrow we're going to learn about watermelon. Thursday's relationship power. It's been a great morning with you guys. Remember, if you've got any things you want to share with us on The Breakfast Show, you can just get through to us on The Breakfast Show WhatsApp line. All right, the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line is here. It's on your screen as well. You should already have it on speed dial. Feel free to send a voice note, etc. Any questions for the next time Mr. Effie comes, definitely we'll pass it straight on to him so he can be prepared and look through it when he comes closer to the time. Other than that, make sure you join us on Official Liberty Radio on Instagram. And it's been great being with you today. You are all absolutely awesome. And please, any tips that stood out for you, I want to comment on it tomorrow when we start the show. Send it through to the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line is still active. And if you like the new layout of the new Liberty Radio, please share that with us too. We're actually just very happy about this. All right, guys, until next time, may the joy of the Lord be with you consistently and empower you to go and make the difference. Open camera over on that side. Farewell, guys. Ciao for now. Bye. Bye-bye. Ta-ta, 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 all of you. Yeah. Okay, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that show and you actually captured that Breakfast Show Vim. We laugh, we joke, we learn, and we equip ourselves for day-to-day life. If you want to see more, guess what? We're actually live with a live chat and a live video feed Monday to Fridays on libertyradio.co.uk from 8 a.m. in the morning. So don't miss a Breakfast Show beat. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and definitely connect online. And I'd like to see you there on the show. Type your name in, communicate on the morning. If you didn't already, we're also on Instagram. Check us out on Official Liberty Radio on Instagram. There's so much happening on that platform. Definitely go check it out. And I'd love to see you there. All right, have a good one.